hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
It's after show time, where we gather together to have a ball, where we always have fun. We got Michelle, we got Jim, and they let me hang around here. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, are you guys busy these days, Michelle? A lot of people in the store?
Why would we be busy?
Yeah, right. I know. Insano time.
Yep. Right? We got deer seasons, I guess, still going on. We got a bonus weekend next weekend here in Ohio. And then we have muzzleloading season starting, so archery's still going. So, yeah, we got a lot of that going.
And
you
got Christmas, you got Hanukkah, and people are buying presents for all of that now, which is great.
This little thing of gifting seasons.
Yeah, that thing.
That little thing.
Exactly. Tell you what, we'll talk about that in just a wee bit. But first, we have callers. So let's go to Michael on 3 out of San Francisco. Hey, Michael, what's up?
Hello, Mr. Gresham. Thank you for taking my call. Hello there, Michelle and Jim.
Hey.
Quick question here. You know, I just, believe it or not, I got a Colt Gold Cup national match. Somehow got into the state because it's not on the state approved list, but my FFL was able to get it in, so I just saw it and I just bought it. Now, my question is I have I could probably source Series 70 slides, government model, and I do have a couple of Series 70s, but can I swap the slide between the Gold Cup and a Series 70 slide? Because I don't particularly, the Bomar style sights are fine, but I'll probably make it into a fighting gun, if you will.
Oh, okay. So you're going to take your Gold Cup and turn it into a carry gun of some sort, or a self-defense gun.
Something like that. If I'll just swap slides for now, and let I save up thousands of dollars to take it down to Jim Burton or something.
Right.
Jason Burton. There you go.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're going to take it to Jason, take $5,000.
Yeah, I know. I could break the piggy bank, 2 of them.
Well, yeah, I was talking to Jason one time, and I said, all right, how does a 1911, how do you make a 1911 cost $5,000? He says, I polish it until it's worth $5,000.
That is funny. I hope I don't break his heart when I ask him, can I take it to Doug Turnbull and have him refinish it?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, Jason does fabulous work. His 1911s are works of art. They're incredible. They're pricey and worth every penny. All right, here's the answer to your question. Yes, but.
Yes, sir.
It's always yes, but, right? Yes, you can swap the slides out, but it's because of the Gold Cup and the way they were made by hand, and they were hand-fitted. It's entirely possible, even likely, that another slide you put on there will not be an exact right fit.
Right.
It may not cycle well. It may be loosey-goosey, which would be better for functioning, or it may be too tight, in which case now we're back to old school. Find you a gunsmith with gray hair who knows how to do a slide fitting on a 1911.
I know. Well, there's one in town here, and I grew up in Stockton, the Central Valley, and I went out there to go to San Francisco, go to school, work, and everything. So I ended up out there, but I'm back here, and I love your program. I get to hear it, and I even hear gun advertisements on the radio.
I know. Isn't that great? I love that.
And I don't even have, they banned the gun shows and the gun stores in San Francisco. We're fighting them all the time.
Yep. All right. Let me ask you, Michael, I see a note here, something about a Model 70.
Yes, sir. I got my eyes on a Model 70 in 270, Jack O'Connor's favorite, and I was wondering, since I love that control round feed, if I can swap out the barrel and make it maybe a 308, or maybe I already have a 300 Win Mag in Model 70, but I want to get up into the 30 calibers, maybe 30-06. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's really easy. It's a barrel swap as a piece of cake. You could do 30-06. You could do 308, although since it's long action, might as well go, either one's fine. You cannot go to 308 because it's a different bolt size, bolt face. But yeah, you could just pull the barrel, get a new barrel, have a gunsmith. If you don't know how to do it, and I wouldn't, but have a gunsmith screw it on, check headspace, rock and roll.
So 270, I can take a 30-06. Well, hoo-yah.
Yeah, you could do a 30-06. You could also do a 308.
Well, that's a intermediate round. If I need to do that kind of work, if we got the apocalypse, I'll just grab the 300 Win Mag.
There you go.
And if the dinosaurs come back, you're going to need a 4.58 Win. So there you go.
Yes. And guess what? I've got 6 AR-15s in 2 pieces all over the house because I did not register them as per the governor.
Okay, and we have no idea who you are, and you were never here. So there you go.
Right.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that.
We also don't know who his FFL is either. So
negatory, Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
All right, line 1, Jim, Fort Worth, Texas. Ammo for self-defense. What you got there, Jim?
What do you think about that Inceptor polycase ammo for 380s for using as self-defense ammo?
I think it's really good. Have you had a chance to use any of it?
No, I haven't even gone looking for it, but it just seems like, that stuff almost doubles the velocity in some calibers. They don't tell you what it'll do in 380, but...
Yeah, well, what you got is a very lightweight bullet, a non-expanding polymer-based bullet that has those flutes like we were talking about with the Honey Badger rounds from Black Hills Ammo. And that's another option. The Black Hills Ammo is the Honey Badger is a very similar bullet, but it's in all copper instead of being polymer.
Okay.
But the Inceptor, what it does is because it's so light, you get a lot less recoil. A lot less recoil. And it performs pretty well. We have shot hogs with it, and we've shot a lot of gelatin with it. So it's kind of your choice, but I would think either if you want to go toward that technology, I would say the Inceptor ammo or the Honey Badger loads from Black Hills Ammo, and that's on the web. It's black-hills.com. Okay.
Okay. I thought there's some 380s that are so light that they're pretty they sting pretty bad when you shoot them.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Is that the Inceptor, because of the lighter recoil, you shoot that out of a little Ruger LCP, it just tames it down and makes it a nice little gun.
All right. Well, I'll get some and try it. Let you know how it does.
That's the way to go. Just try it. It's all you can do. Appreciate that, sir. Let's see. What do we got here, guys? Who did I miss? Line 2, Henry, North Hollywood, California. Now, this is weird. We don't get a lot of calls from California, and then we got these 2 right here. Mm-hmm. Hey, Henry, how are you, sir?
I'm doing real well. I'm thanking you for taking that original caller from San Francisco. It really gives me a lot of hope because we're constantly out here trying to work it as much as possible. MacArthur says, I shall return, I refuse to retreat. So the idea that I want to know, is SHOT Show going to have some new chronographs? Because I'm really into BB guns, air power, all the way up to like a Brownell AR Retro that I have my eye on. Right. And that's like a wide gamut. And I hear that the chronographs don't really pick up the low end. And I'd really like to find a newer chronograph than the Green Caldwell.
It's always the first question we ask is, how much are you willing to spend? Because we've got a lot of cheap chronographs now, because of miniaturization, electronics, and all. And there's a lot of stuff being made cheap. I have always been a fan of the Ehler brand of chronographs. I think Dr. Ken Ehler, Ph.D., still makes some of the best stuff available. It's Oehler, pronounced Ehler. His stuff is not the cheapest, but it always works. And so you might want to look at that. As far as if there's anything new coming out, I honestly don't know. I have not heard of anything new and interesting. But, I will poke around and look, but I would say if you really want something good that works across a wide range, take a look at the Ehlers. And I'm not sure who else I would recommend right now. Michelle, Jim, you guys have any thoughts?
No. I know that they make some that are, what are they calling them? Like magnetic chronographs that
sticks on the barrel.
Yeah, that attach to the barrel. I know like Brownell's has some in their books. I can't think of the one that we like. Of course, the problem with chronographs typically is if you don't get one of good quality and you're out there on a windy day, they get blown over. So
and they get broken.
Right. Yeah. So buy something good, buy something of quality, and be careful of where and how you set it up.
Another brand to look at is PACT, P-A-C-T.
Yes, PACT.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's Ronan Coleman. And I get texts from Ronan almost weekly. He makes good stuff. He's a shooter guy and also a serious Second Amendment activist guy. So PACT makes good stuff as well. And he also has really good timers, so shot timers. So I would say take a look at Oehler, O-E-H-L-E-R, and look at PACT, P-A-C-T. And then if I see anything or hear anything new, I'll certainly talk about it here when we get back from SHOT Show.
Well, thank you, because it's saving me a lot of looking around. And I want to thank you before for suggesting safety gear and that iguana hunt with air guns, because the little plastic glasses have come and saved me quite some time at the electronics bench when I had hot solder come and spray me in the face.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to keep reminding everybody that also BB guns are dangerous. Always wear those eye protective gears.
Well, you know what? You also, that reminds me, it gives me a chance to mention it, you should wear safety glasses when you are hand loading. Stuff happens, and it's very, very rare, but a primer can pop, and when it does, you get little pieces of metal flying all over the place.
I wear one.
Stuff happens.
I wear eye protection when use a weed whacker.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. You definitely need to there. You got all kind of things flying around.
You need chin protectors, too. Shin, not chin. Shin.
Yeah, because if you need a chin protector when you're weed whacking, you need to look at your posture.
I just want to make sure everybody heard me right.
Could be a posture issue if you're doing that.
Never seen anybody do that in the prone position.
Just being very careful. Henry, thank you so much. I appreciate your call, sir. You take care. Oh, man. A quick break here. We'll come back, and we have stories to tell. We'll be right back.
It's the next generation target pistol, the SW22 Victory from Smith & Wesson. Stainless steel frame, interchangeable match barrel, thumb safety, fiber optic sights, and a Picatinny rail. The SW22 Victory is ready for anything, targets or small game. Also available with a threaded barrel or cryptic camo finish. And it's backed by the Smith & Wesson Lifetime Service Policy. Learn more about the SW22 Victory at smith-wesson.com.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Battlegroup. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Built to perform in the harshest conditions, the Ruger American pistol can take it all, from ice to dust and everything in between. The Ruger American pistol features a short take-up trigger, Novak sights, and a recoil-reducing barrel cam with low-mass slide for reduced felt recoil. Plus, a modular grip system with 3 sizes to fit almost any hand. Check it out at Ruger.com. The Ruger American pistol, because anything else would be un-American.
Want great deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free Gundealio app today. With Gundealio, you can search for deals, listen to the Gun Talk podcast, watch gun videos, read gun news, and get notifications right to your phone about deals and special offers. Save money on the products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. Gundealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
All right, we are back, and Michelle just took off, ran like 6 laps around the building, and now you're back. What are you doing? What'd you bring back?
Well, I brought back a piece of paper that I thought maybe we would want to talk about, but it would be up to you.
Probably not. Okay, let's move on now.
Okay, next caller, please.
I have no idea what it is. What do you got? What do you got?
Well, I got in the mail from my NRA ILA, the Institute for Legislative Action, if people don't follow that, an official petition to sign. I don't know if anybody else has received those in the mail or not.
Well,
I thought there was a special mailing just for you, wasn't it?
Here's my thought. I'm just going to, without knowing what it is, here's my take on petitions.
I can give you more information.
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
Go right ahead. So what this is a petition to sign. It already has your name and city and state on it that evidently they're going to send this into the 116th Congress that will be seated in January to tell them, by all means, I am one of those people that I'm wanting them to vote absolutely no and vote down any bill, treaty, resolution, amendment, yada, 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 that would infringe upon our Second Amendment freedoms.
And at the bottom of the petition is, and while you're at it,
Please
why don't you make a donation to the NRA?
That's right.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. You got
How
some
about
mail?
that? You can call me Claire Voyant.
Yeah. Cute.
Oh.
Yeah, Tom was born at night, just not last night.
Yeah, petitions have no value as far as effectiveness on the legislative side, but they are a fundraiser, and that's what you have. That's all it is.
And that's okay, because they need...
It's okay.
Well, they need money. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, if you want to donate, I'd say donate, but I don't want us to think that anybody in Congress gives a flying donut about anything like that, assuming it even got sent in. But, yeah, it's a great chance to make a donation. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, could you, I'm just playing with that, could you make a donation to the NRA in some form or fashion, do it in somebody's name and make that their Christmas present? Well, that would tick them off. You did what? I wanted to buy something with that money.
Our local Democrat mayor.
Ooh,
hey, here's what I bought you.
Yeah, and an NRA membership, too, while we're at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's not a bad idea. I mean, I would say, look, just make a donation. I don't think the petition does anything. It's another reason for them to contact you. They create a reason.
Reach out, yeah.
And I know people get upset. They say, well, all I do is get fundraisers from the NRA.
Right.
Gee whiz, it costs a ton of money to do this stuff.
Yeah, gee, wonder why. And we are. I mean, and I guess the other reason I bring that up is because I think we do need to pay close attention these next many years, not just with the big presidential elections, but with our small minor, air quotes, around minor there, elections that people don't always show up on. And we are up for a fight. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So pay attention. And Frank called earlier on the live program and talked about giving away memberships as gifts. And those are numbers, and that is what we need.
It's numbers and it's money, and we need both.
Right.
I know people get so tired of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to. I wish I didn't have to talk about it, honestly.
Right.
But
we do.
You're either in or you're out, and if you're not in, if you're out, you are hurting the cause.
And when lobbyists in Washington go in to talk to reps, and our memberships jump from 5 million to 8 million, that does do way more than a petition does.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the memberships are the real deal. And look, just a heads up, I know people are starting to kind of see some of the stories about the NRA. There are going to be more stories coming out about the NRA and their inner workings and their finances and all the rest of it. Understand where it's coming from. Bloomberg has unleashed through this phony news agency he created called The Trace. Because he has all this money, he's hired a bunch of experienced investigative reporters and basically turned them loose on the NRA. And so they are digging, going through tax returns, going through everything else. And, there's hardly anybody who can stand up to that kind of scrutiny. I just think we're going to see more of it, and it's part of their new tactics of we don't have to do it legislatively. We can just outspend you and drive you into the dirt.
Well, they are trying to pass taxes on guns and ammunition, and now not only do you have to fill out paperwork to be able to buy a firearm, they want to have to make you fill out paperwork for ammunitions, and you can only have so many possessions.
And carry $1 million of insurance.
Here's my Facebook password.
So it is. We are going to be facing a battle, and
my Facebook password is I hate the government and I'm up for the fight. I wonder if that would bother them.
Wow, what was the strength on that one?
Oh, yes. Exclamation point 1, 2, 3. That's right. I forgot to put that in.
Oh, and then personally, what was the strength on that one?
Yeah, right.
See, I love when people say, yeah, but the NRA, blah, blah. It's like, you tell me one organization, one human being, one spouse, one brother, anything that you're 100% aligned on all the time. Come on.
I'm not even in agreement with me.
Yeah.
Or all those voices in my head.
Right, that's right.
No, but you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they represent
No,
us.
you're right.
I mean, my congressman represents me, and I agree with him on a lot of stuff. But a lot of stuff, I think he's an idiot.
But not everything. Yeah.
But he's still my congressman. Doesn't change anything.
Same with family members. Same deal. You go, yeah, Uncle Joe, he's kind of a nut bar, but, we're still going to have him over for Christmas and all the rest of it.
Right.
It's what it is.
We got room in the garage. He's welcome.
Honey, where did we put the key?
My goodness.
Oh, it got dark on us all of a sudden, didn't it? Oh, my goodness. Lordy. Well, I know that Jim was enjoying the range report about the P365.
Yeah, that's just such an overrated piece and all. And everybody that buys them hates them, I've heard. And
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Oh, well, you know what's going to happen. I have no knowledge of this whatsoever, Senator, but I think I would be surprised if the SHOT Show, or maybe even before that, if we didn't see some new models that play off of the success of the P365.
Well, yeah, they have to. Like the LCP. The LCP changed the industry.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the LCP, we wouldn't have the 365, I think.
Absolutely.
And manufacturers have to look at their competition. They always do look at their competition. Half these guys are their friends anyway. But, they've got to stay competitive. There's going to be other stuff just like it.
That size pistol you look at it, you go, it's a tiny little thing, and it's a 10+1 round with the small mag, 12+1. Oh, yeah, and it comes with night sights, which is, that's a real dollar value deal right there.
Yep.
Very usable sights, by the way, if nobody's ever looked at them. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of these have, as we say, the mere suggestion of sights. It's kind of like, yeah, that could be a sight. Okay, that's a sight.
Sight hint.
If it's not cutting into you, it's not a real sight.
Right. Yeah.
I did like that. God, who was... There's been more than one, I think, that instead of having sights, they put a groove into the top of the slide. Have you seen some of those?
Just like a notch in it? Yeah.
The old C camp. It's a groove from the back to the front of the slide, all along the top.
Really?
It's a sighting groove. There's no post or anything.
Huh.
It's just a groove.
It's like having a second bead on your shotgun rib.
Yeah, it's like, knock that thing off your shotgun. And in this case, it's a true point and shoot. Just kind of stick your arm out and the bullet's got to go somewhere.
Those C camps were awesome pistols.
I have one of those, and then mine's in 32.
That's a great pistol.
Talk about before its time, and they're not even around anymore, are they?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'd have to do some research on that.
But also, his 32 hasn't cleaned it in a while, so it's probably a 25 now.
There's that.
All the rust buildup.
At one point in time, you put an order in, and it would be a year, year and a half before you got it. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And the other thing that was interesting is they said this gun should be shot with only one brand of ammo, Winchester silver tips, and nothing else.
Yep.
And, now there wasn't a lot in the way of defensive ammo available at the time in 32s. But their whole deal was, we do not tell you that this will function with anything else. It runs with silver tips. That's it. But you talk about tiny, it makes the LCP look like a big gun.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an awesome
all metal.
Not familiar with them. Never seen one.
Yeah, C-Camp, SEECAMP. Yeah.
So I would say if you had to explain it to somebody, would you say it was similar to a PPKS? Very similar.
I'd say yes, but smaller.
Right. Smaller, but that style, that look.
Yeah. Cool gun. It was the insider cool gun. If you have one, you're one of the cool kids' guns for a long time. One of those deals. Yeah, I have one. I bet I have shot at least 20 rounds out of it.
Because you ran out of silver tips?
Probably.
Well, I'm looking at it online right now. It reminds me a little bit, too, of the little cars.
Yeah, a little bit. Precursor to the little cars.
Yeah.
And what was the other? You know what it almost looks
cool.
like? Think of it as one of those baby AMTs.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Honey, I Shrunk the Gun. Stuck it in the dryer for a day and a half. Something.
Yeah.
They were kind of cool.
See, I learned something from you guys today.
Oh, well, we're done now.
We are a fountain of useless information. Is there anything else that you don't need to know that we can tell you?
No. I could use to have the mortgage paid off if you guys are just looking to help out a little bit or something.
Well, if you'd stop buying guns, you could probably help yourself there, but that's not going to happen.
I would be current otherwise, yeah.
And I found that when I go into the bank, and offer them a gun, they just take it a different way altogether.
Oh, nice.
It was a trade offer, really.
I hate it when it goes so far off the rails that we can't even use it in the podcast.
Right. Yeah, that's bad. That really is.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
And with that, guys, I am sure sorry that you all missed out on that, but there's things that happens to you that are still not shareable even on a podcast.
Well, we could share it once, and then we'd all be looking for work.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants to hear that. Trust me. We didn't want to hear that, did we, Michelle?
No, I had earphones on, but evidently the wrong kind.
I need ear bleach.
God.
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh. Oh, my goodness. All righty. We're about to do our early Christmas present exchange with the family, so that'll be kind of a fun deal. And we're at the point where we have granddaughters, one who is 8 who really likes to shoot.
That a girl.
And the 5-year-old is kind of itching to get going. So she's got the BB gun thing. We got the little bitty BB gun going.
Cool.
So get them going.
It's a great age,
it's awesome.
Man.
Yeah, it is. Lots of fun.
They want to learn. They don't talk back. They don't drive.
Then when they start getting really good, you want them to have a boyfriend. They don't show up to the shooting matches anymore.
That's the old deal. If when the boy comes to pick them up, you make sure you're cleaning your gun. That old deal.
Right.
Come on in.
Yeah. So the only thing worse than that are both Dad and Grandpa sitting on the porch cleaning guns.
See, I always want to do at the kitchen table with my eyes real big, sweating. Hi. What's happening?
That's why I walk in and you look every day.
Oh, my goodness. And that's different, how? Right.
Bam. Bam.
You come here weekly for your heaping of abuse, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
How's that going for you today?
Yeah, well, I'm good. Oh, I came here for an argument, not abuse. Old Monty Python reference, if anybody catches it. And they won't. Okay.
So
that's the second edit.
While you guys are yammering, I'm just online here looking up the ballistics of the 6.5 Creedmoor because I'm so geeky, I just do that.
Do you have one of those yet, Tom?
I do.
Which one do you have?
I've got an RPR, a Ruger Precision Rifle, but I'm not going to take it hunting, so...
Why? Very practical gun for carrying it out in the woods.
Put it on the trailer and drag it around.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great rifles and really fun, but... Right. So I'm shopping, I'm looking. There's a guy, we're going to get him on. We've had him on years and years ago, Melvin Forbes, the creator of the company Ultralight Arms. And he makes a bolt-action rifle that is unbelievably lightweight. I mean, whereas, we think of lightweight bolt-actions from, and there's some really good ones from Ruger, from Tikka, from different companies, and they're in that 6.5 pounds, which is light compared to an 8 pounds, which kind of all the bolt-actions used to be. Melvin's start at about 4.5 pounds.
Wow.
In his own proprietary action. He makes his own bolt action. Cool. And has them in different sizes, so they're just barely big enough for a particular cartridge category.
So no belted magnums?
He does have those.
Oh, man.
He can build you, probably it's about a 6 pound, 5.5 to 6 pound, 300 mag.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want, a real light 300 mag.
What size of recoil pad does it have?
It's actually, he got together with that Mike Lindell fella, and it's a My Pillow recoil pad.
I was going to say, it comes in the mail and you don't even take it out of the box. You just...
Wow.
Well, I was dumb enough once upon a time to thought, well, you carry guns more than you shoot them, so don't worry about the recoil. So I built a lightweight 416 Remington.
Ooh.
Shot that once, have you?
Rolled backwards.
Maybe.
There goes Tom down the hill.
That is just, I like it, but some guns are just not a lot of fun to shoot.
Right. That's when you flinch on the second shot.
No, you flinch when you take it out of the case.
Oh, my gosh.
Now that's some recoil.
That's a scary gun right there.
Tom, I'm playing hockey? No, shooting is .416.
Start getting a little kind of a tick going there. You sneak up on it.
Yeah, you see those used. For sale, shot once, literally.
That's right, with a box with 19 rounds
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, that was a brilliant idea. Just great concept, perfectly executed. And then, whoa, what were you thinking, dude?
Yeah. You have to be careful with what calibers you pick in those rifles. For sure.
As we like to say, just because you can do it, right, doesn't mean you should do it.
Yeah. And you know what? I tend to think of myself as being a wimp because I know a 20 gauge slug will kill a deer, so I don't need to shoot a 3.5-inch 12 gauge slug. I just find myself being more realistic with what I want to do.
Well, of course, you start off not suffering from testosterone poisoning like the rest of us.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Where we think, that's the thing.
I can do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And for those who don't know, a 20 gauge slug from a fully rifled barrel is an honest, no kidding, 200-yard rig.
Oh yeah.
They're unbelievable how good they are.
Mm-hmm. That 20 gauge is a cool round.
Yeah, it is. I've been looking at maybe getting a 28 gauge, and every time I look at that, I think, they're really cool, but the ammo is nutty expensive and harder to find. And just get light recoiling 20 gauge and let it go at that.
Right. Hey, they have, especially around Christmas time, they have the office parties. They'll have an ugliest sweater party, etc. Mm-hmm. I think at the after show we should have a write-in kind of deal for the ugliest gun. And I would like to nominate the 5 or 3 shot Cobra pocket pail as possibly the ugliest gun on earth.
Okay.
Have you seen one?
No.
Oh, look up Cobra, C-O-B, like Cobra with a Y at the end.
Right.
Pocket pail. It's a enclosed revolver, and you can either have 5 rounds, looks like 5 rounds of 22 or 3 rounds of 380. 3-round revolver. It's hideous. I want one. I do. It's so ugly. I have to have it.
It's kind of like having one of those really ugly, wrinkly dogs, right?
Yeah.
It's
so the Sharpei of revolvers.
Okay, I like that. I'd like to have a Sharpei Magnum. So there you go. There was a revolver. I'm trying to remember. I just vaguely have the memory of it, Michelle, that had holes in the cylinder for both center fire and rim fire. And somehow you could switch the hammer to hit one or the other.
You just bend it over a little bit.
I may have dreamed that up. I don't know. That may have been
You might be just slightly older than me on that one.
I may have had some bad romaine lettuce or something.
Romaine lettuce.
Spinach.
Romaine lettuce has killed more people this year than any AR-15 ever did.
Whoa! What a marketing thing.
I'm sorry. Vegetables in general. I hate to be called a romainist.
Oh my God.
Well, you can just romaine here while we leave.
It's like a lover salad. Let us alone.
Yes.
And with that, we should have stopped 20 minutes ago.
2 edits.
All right, guys, do some great shopping, and we will yak next week.
Yes, sir.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
See you.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gundealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.